Even if you get 1 cent also, that would be not like very other covers also. We have Shalipuram at my home. So there is a Abhishekam water that gets it's here. So that we can take some steps. That we have. Um, yeah, we have. So I did few small things here. Why I'm telling you all this? Reminding five today. I have the habit of bringing it to the party and taking it home. So please keep me honest. चलेगा? So you can start. Okay. Is it on already? Yeah. All right. Hare Krishna. Let's get started. Today is the session. If you missed all sessions in the past and all sessions in future, but if you only attended today's session and if you understood today's session, that is the perfection of human life. Isn't it fun? इधर अभी नहीं तो कभी नहीं, right? Means it's a how rare is the opportunity? The opportunity is so rare. It comes once in 8.4 million species of life. एक बार आ जाती है. If we got this right, that's like the bullseye. Clear? Are you ready? Are you excited? Authentic. So अभी I'll get some water from you and then there is another water. This is Shaligram water. This is normal. So today we're gonna touch a topic that is at the root of Bhagavad Gita. So let's go into that. People on Zoom, I hope you can hear me okay. If not, call me out.
We can hear you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you. So this is the syllabus today, the attraction principles, Ishvara and Jiva, Dharma of the soul. And we are not God, we belong to God. Next, attraction principle. What is it? We get attracted to things of this world, isn't it true? This thing, that thing, something. And that attraction keeps us moving. If there is no attraction, there is no traction. If there is no traction, there is no movement. Even for a motor to work, electric motor, there needs to be traction. Right? Karshan. So कर्षण से आता है आकर्षण. आकर्षण से आता है movement. We do something about it. So we do get attracted to people of this world. Now, different reasons we get attracted to different people. What is the practical evidence of that? In the Lake Washington, there is a cruise that goes around showing you the houses of rich people. And that's like a paid tourism that you sit in the boat and you go in the boat. I have not been there, but somebody told me. And you get to say, okay, this house belongs to this billionaire and this house belongs to this billionaire. And people pay $50 to sit over there to see where the rich people are living. So now who's becoming rich actually? So next. So the small opulences that we have in a human being, they are available in God in oceanic proportion. मतलब हमारे पास very little and with God it is unlimited. That is the connection that God has something unlimited. He may give a little bit of that to the jiva or human beings, and now we feel attracted. Say, wow, like oh, elephant is so strong, but the opulence called as strength comes from somewhere, right? Now the elephant is strong during his life, but not at the point of birth and not at the point of death. It's in the middle. So it is given and it is taken back. Chalega? Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. So what is definition of Bhagwan? As per Parashar Muni, there are six opulences that define Bhagya. In North India, anybody from North here? So in the family, there is a way to call out, Ari oh Bhagyavan sunti ho. Huh? Oh Bhagyavan ban jata, Ari oh Bhagwan. Right? But the point is, what is Bhagya? What is, this is funny. funny and not funny at the same time. Uh, Say we are doing a deal, right? And I'm supposed to get a commission in that. And then you come and say, this is too much of price, वगैरह वगैरह. Then I may tell this person, मेरा जो भाग्य है मैं उसको दे देता हूँ. Means मेरा जो commission है, I'll forgo my commission, you finish the deal, no problem. So even money is called as a bhagya. North I have heard that colloquial language. So beauty, wealth, knowledge, fame, strength, and renunciation. As per Parashar Muni, who has defined, there are six opulences, and in those six opulences, we have them in minute proportion, and God has that in unlimited proportion. So let's see. Next. We're going to see some nice pictures. So, word Bhagwan comes from, uses this word Bhagya. Bhagwan means what? One who is Bhagyavan. And that Bhagyavan or Bhagwan word is used in Bhagavad Gita 28 times. Sri Bhagwan Uvacha. And then you go to Srimad Bhagavatam, again 140 times, the same word is used. Now, there was in Bollywood, there was an actor, his name was also Bhagwan. I have a cousin, his name is also Bhagwan. And then there are people like Bhagwan Osho, Bhagwan Rajneesh, Bhagwan this, Bhagwan that. So it may get used lightly also, like a casual thing also, it can get used. But the original meaning is one who has the bhagya unlimited, not limited, unlimited. So next. So you have heard of Karodapati, Lakshmi, but then when you say Karodapati, Abjapati, Kharapati, millionaire, billionaire, zillionaire, वहां तक ठीक है. But if somebody is Lakshmipati, so the goddess of fortune only is going and doing this. What is the glory of that Lord? And it's not only one Lakshmi. Lakshmi Ananta Koti, Sahasra Lakshmis. In the spiritual world, there are unlimited number of Lakshmis doing the seva. Now, if somebody, like say, we'll take a very rich person's name, maybe Elon, right? Elon is very rich. So can we say he's a Lakshmi Pati? We call him Lakshmi Putra. Those who are rich are known as Lakshmi Putra. That means they're the children of Lakshmi, which Lakshmi has given some blessings. But Lakshmi in the spiritual world is very steady, very sthir. She's there always at the lotus feet of Narayana doing the massage. But in the material world, she is very her name is Chanchala. You know why? Because nobody can be sure that I am rich today and I'll be rich tomorrow also. How? I may be a billionaire today, but tomorrow I have to be alive first to be a billionaire. Right? I may not be alive in the first place. Have you heard of the billionaire bunkers? No. Billionaire bunkers is a concept where all these billionaires they buy their membership into the billionaire bunkers, which are structures created deep under the earth, where if there is a nuclear holocaust, then what happens? They get to go and hide over there. And what is over there in that nuclear bunkers? You can look it up later on. There is food, there is water, there are basics for 5 years. For 5 years, you get to, have a library, maybe play little tennis. That's it. But they pay big money to be part of that to extend their life few years after we all are gone. So that means they cannot be sure. At that point in time, are they billionaires? Because on the face of the earth, everything is erased. There is no New York, there is no Boston. What is it left? So today's billionaire is not necessary tomorrow's billionaire, and hence these are Lakshmi Putras. These are not Lakshmi Patis. They are not the husband of Lakshmi. So that is the difference between us and them. Next. So these six bhagyas, in our practical experience, we know some famous people who may have this bhagya and we get mesmerized, right? Somebody is beautiful. We're like, wow, so beautiful. But where did this beauty as an opulence come from? It comes from the Lord. Next. and somebody is a good, somebody is wealthy. Again, we talked about that in detail. Next, please. Right? Somebody has good engineering skills. Well, all this knowledge comes from where? Vedas means knowledge. And Lord says, I have given the Vedas, I have given the knowledge. So all that is to be known, which is called as Vedas, the knowledge, is coming from Lord. So there is no new knowledge. Anything that you see is a reinvention of what was already given. What has happened, we have moved from using the top-down knowledge. For example, in the olden times, we used to use mantra power for everything. For example, even for travel and tourism, we used to have mantra power. Means there were vimanas that the devatas, yakshas, gandharvas, Ravana, they could use, which ran on the mantra power. And now we have yantra power. So how? What is the transition between yantra and mantra? Mantra needs the purity of the heart. It needs focus and concentration for that mantra to work. Yantra can work without the purity of the mind. So even if we become demonic in nature, still the yantra power will work as long as we know how to. Strength, again, we say strength is an indicator of attractivity. WWF, people fight and people buy a lot of tickets to do that. Next. Right? And being famous is another example. And then there are people who are renounced. The spiritual personalities, typically some great saintly people, we know that they are renounced people. Okay. So let's compare that with God's opulences. Just as the reflection indicates there is a real object elsewhere, similarly, the minute opulences of beauty, wealth, strength, and knowledge, fame, we should have a source which possesses this opulence in oceanic proportion. And this source is God, who is eternal spiritual being. So all these opulences are a reflection. What is a reflection? If you try to jump into that water to get that mango, the mango is actually a reflection of the real mango. So you may not get the mango. So even if these opulences are here, those opulences are temporary, they are given, and it can be withdrawn any moment, and they are very minute compared to what God has. They are very, very minute. How? Next. Bhagwan or God is one who is full in six opulences. These opulences reflects minutely in the material world. And examples we talked about. Let's go to first example, right? Who is this? Anybody first? Thank God. Okay. When we were growing up, she was famous. Now looks like there are new cinema stars. I do not know all of them. But those who made PowerPoints also, maybe they saw movie 20 years back. So they only know Madhuri Dixit. So they put Madhuri Dixit. That talks about we're not current with the movies. And the PowerPoints are new. Madhuri Dixit is there. So Madhuri Dixit, once upon a time, she enchanted the whole Hollywood, Bollywood, whatever, right? Everybody was happy. Madhuri Dixit is there. The movie has to be hot or hit. But now what about Krishna? Balakrishna, when how much people loved Krishna, how much their beauty. Krishna is known as what is it? Madana Mohana. Madana Mohana. Madan is what? Madan is that Devata Cupid who shoots an arrow. Yeah. Sorry, God of love. So when that Madana, when he shoots that arrow, what happens? We feel the attraction for the other person, right? So, almost everybody has noticed some point in time they're like, okay, I really like this person. But what happened? Until yesterday, this person was growing up with you only. It didn't matter. Now, one fine day, the Madana says, and then this person becomes very attractive. But the matter doesn't end over there. Why? So, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was giving a class, and he said, once he basically is a sannyasi, so he sleeps on a very thin mat. So, in Mumbai ashram, he was sleeping on a very thin mat, and a big rodent, big rat came in front of him. And the rat is looking at him, and he's looking at the rat. Right. He started like that, very graphical story. And then he was saying, why there are so many rats in Mumbai? right? There are so many rats in Mumbai because these rats replicate. But for rats to replicate, the rats have to be attracted to other rats. The he rat and the she rat, they get attracted. That is why there are rats. So it is evidence, so many rats is evidence that there are rats are attracted to each other. Yes. Now, are we attracted to rats? X, right? That is the power of Madana, the god of the Cupid, the god of love. When he shoots the arrow in the heart of that rat, he starts to look at the other rat. Wow, this rat is so beautiful. Her tail is so smooth and long and gorgeous. Whatever you call it, right? Nothing. He started coming. Nothing. Okay. I'm just waving my hand. Stop. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. But now that you are here, please take our photo. Okay, I'll take. Okay, thank you. So a rat may start appreciating the she rat may start appreciating the he rat. But what's really going on is neither he rat is attractive nor she rat is attractive that you and me can see. But they are not seeing that. They are seeing the attraction. This power of attraction, this power of beauty, this power that attracts each other is given by the Madana. And now this Madana, who can make even a rat gets attracted to a rat, a crocodile attracted to another crocodile. Similarly, a human getting attracted to another human being. So he's in charge of the attraction, gets attracted to the beauty of the Lord, saying that, wow, Krishna is so beautiful. That is why his name is Madana Mohana. He इसको मोहित कर दिया. हमारा सीन क्या है? हम लोग तो ऐसे ही मोहित जय हो जाते हैं. भगवान को देखने की भी जरूरत नहीं. We see simple things and wow, कितना ऊंचा बिल्डिंग है. Right? We'll stand and look at them. So we get a अच्छा गाड़ी बाजू से जा रहे हो. कितना अच्छा गाड़ी है. Sometimes we are watching things and we don't drive properly. So mistakes. So Krishna is so beautiful that every morning when he's going with his friends to गाय चराने के लिए, the whole village will line up. Small, big, young, everybody is lined up. Krishna is going to the jungle with the cows or the calves, and everybody is saying bye bye to Krishna. In the evening, Krishna is coming. Everybody again lines up. The whole village lines up. अभी कान्हा आने वाला है. And then they are seeing Krishna, right? सासू भी दिख रही है, बहू भी देख रही है, सब लोग देख रहे हैं. And then in the evening when Krishna plays flute, then the gopis, they will drop everything. जो भी घर में चल रहा है, who cares? Now, even today, if a woman leaves the house at the middle of the evening and says that bye bye and see you in the middle of the night, I go, then she may not be welcome home again, saying that, "Arey, jahan gaye wahi raho. You're not welcome back." But these gopis couldn't care less for the social rules and said that when Kana's Bansuri plays, we have to run. How much the Bansuri was attractive? When Krishna played his Bansuri, all the cows, all the calves, they heard their individual names being called and they started running towards Krishna. So wherever they are, they'll start running by only hearing his flute. Gopis, they'll start running. So the Yamuna would freeze, the river, Yamuna would freeze out of happiness. कि कितना अच्छा बंसुरी है. Sometimes she would start flowing rivers. So Vrindavan is such a special place that is where Krishna's Leelas were so enchanting 5,000 years back that people are completely mesmerized. Krishna आ गया मतलब वो बस उनका their whole goal of life is to wake up and see Krishna. And the boys would be very unhappy क्योंकि इवनिंग में हम लोग को कृष्णा के साथ खेलने को नहीं मिलता है. We don't get to play with Krishna in the evening. He's playing with gopis. And the gopis would be not happy because whole day Krishna is playing with the gopas and we don't get to play with them. And the other elderly gopis, they would churn the butter and they would hang it in the dark rooms so that it is hidden from Krishna. But Krishna used to wear lots of effulgent gems and jewelry, simple but effulgent jewels. So he would still come in, he would break the pot, he will steal the butter. Not only that, he will do some susu and all that also over there to make a mess out of it. And then he would leave, run away. They would come complaining to Yashoda Maya. Yashoda Maya finally said, okay, I'll go scold him. No, no, please scold. Don't scold him. The purpose of we making the butter is that he will come. So he's the butter thief. That's why we are making so much of butter. Otherwise, what do we do with so much butter, right? So every aspect of Vrindavan was about falling in love with Krishna. So Krishna's beauty, how do you compare it with anything of this world? Because it is not of this world. But because we are made in image like him, so that is why we have two hands, two legs, similar features. But we are not really, we are similar to Krishna, but Krishna is God and we are not, which we will look at in the scriptural evidence. When we open Bhagavad Gita, open seventh chapter, and when you start reading only the translations, you'll realize that, okay, now Krishna is telling the real thing, and now I'm getting where we are going. So that is Krishna. So compared to Krishna's beauty, what we saw the aging videos about somebody may start very beautiful, but at age crosses 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, again, your beauty goes down like anything. Now talk about other opulences also, like having knowledge. Um, Brahma. Brahma received his knowledge from Krishna. But how? When he was born from the Nabhi of Vishnu and in a lotus flower, there was all darkness around him. There was nothing. Although his body is made out of Sattva only knowledge, he was in total darkness. What to do? What is the purpose of my life? What am I supposed to do? And I hope we know the purpose of our life, right? We know how to live life. Do we know the purpose of our life? Right? In office, we are given like a $10 million project, say that take this project and do this technology migration. Take this project, build a bridge. Take this, create a new type of technology. Whatever that project, there is a budget, there is a purpose. So think of our life also as a life sponsored by somebody. Like my kids are in say college, I'll sponsor their life, but then there's a purpose, right? You come over here and study. If I see them hanging around doing nothing, next thing is what? Come home and I'll give you some work to do. Right? You don't get to be here just like that. So Brahma got his purpose and the knowledge of how to deliver by doing the tapasya. First 100 years of his life was he heard the word tapa, tapa, tapa. And then he did his meditation. After doing the meditation, Lord revealed through Chatusutri the purpose of everything, the Vedas that was given to him. And from that knowledge, he said, okay, I am the secondary engineer. I'm going to receive all the materials. I'll create this universe. So all of that was created by Brahma after receiving the knowledge. So step by step, if you see strength, we talk about small things lifting and little weight control and all of that. But Krishna, 7-year-old baby, and he held the Govardhana just like that for 7 days, and he purposely did not like do like this and no breathing exercise, nothing. He just like this. And to make the joke complete, Yashoda Maya told Govardhan, you better just hang slightly above my kid's finger. If you put weight on him, I'll curse you. That is mother's love. While Krishna was holding that Govardhan, the Gopals came and said that, Krishna, you're a baby. We have sticks. We'll help you. So they all put the sticks to support Krishna. Like, karna chahiye. We should do our part. But then when Radharani, she gave a side glance to Krishna. I don't know. It's not from your era. It's from my era, maybe. Tirche neno wali. Oh, I think. So, so she said, I can't even replicate that on her face, but she just lifted one eyebrow and looked at Krishna. And Krishna hil gaya. Right? He can, only Radharani can do that. So Krishna hil gaya. The first thing is what? The Govardhan started coming down. And all their sticks started crumbling. Hey, everybody went to Radharani, please. Don't give any side glances to Krishna. Okay? That is the attraction principle. So Krishna's strength was so nice that outside Indra had chartered duty. Okay? They had put the Samvartaka clouds. You know what is a Samvartaka cloud? These ordinary clouds, in Uttarakhand we see a cloud burst and the whole city gets drenched and so many houses float. That's nothing. These universes go through periodic destruction. And at the point of periodic destruction, what happens? These Samartaka clouds are sent to fill the whole universe with water. Those Samartaka clouds who destroy the whole universe, they are sent on a job of drowning a village because Krishna guided Nanda Maharaj. Why are you worshipping Indra? Okay, this Govardhan mountain, it is blocking the clouds, and that is why we are getting the rain. That's why we get the grass. That is how the cows eat. That's why we get the milk. That's the milk we sent in Mathura. We just need to worship the mountain. And these villagers were so mesmerized by Krishna, he was teaching them the Sankhya philosophy. That okay, there is nothing higher, you just take care of what you see. And they followed him. Indra got mad. Indra sent Samartaka clouds. Samartaka clouds are supposed to drown the whole universe. They were given a job of like, "Jao yaar, in the moments they will come back," he thought. And what really happened? That Samartaka clouds couldn't do anything because Krishna lifted the Govardhan. The whole village came under to party. Now the boys used to be unhappy that we can't see Krishna in the evening. Now they were happy. For 7 days there was a party going on where they could be with Krishna. And Gopas, gopis, kids, or elderly, cows, they all are enjoying their time with Krishna unfiltered. Nobody blocking them. Now the good news is, um, gopis, they loved Krishna so much. Krishna was so beautiful. Krishna is so beautiful that if Krishna is present in front of them, they used to curse Brahma, who created the universe, the engineer who created the universe, saying, "What? Oh, Brahma, we curse you because these eyelids that you have designed, these eyelids blink. You know what is that blink? It is 1/12 of a second. That's called as lava matra. So my eyelids blink, and in that blink period, I am not able to see Krishna." They wanted to see Krishna so continuously that that blinking produced interruption for them. That much they loved Krishna. So can you imagine if they couldn't handle a blink when Krishna is present, then when Krishna, now it is sunset, boys will say, okay, sorry, we cannot be with Krishna. That was very devastating for them. But now they could have Krishna 24 by 7. This 24 by 7, if you know the ITIL and services and uptime, downtime, it came from this. Now they could have Krishna uninterrupted. So this uninterrupted service to Krishna came from that. So now the Indra, after 7 days of Bauchar, he realized not even a blade of grass on the top of the mountain was disturbed by the Samartaka clouds. So Samartaka clouds went back and said, Krishna, we're sorry. We couldn't do anything. Then Indra said, who could be this? He was thinking Krishna is just a talkative boy, 9 years old in Vrindavan. What is he going to do? And then he realized that maybe, he's definitely somebody superior to me. And he went and inquired with Brahma. And Brahma said, "You messed up. You messed up with Krishna. Now what should I do?" Said, "Okay, you take the cow because Krishna loves cows. So you go with the Kapila cow from Swargaloka, she Surbi cow, and she will do the compromise with you, between you and Krishna." So first the Surbi cow came. So the rain stopped, all the villagers went home, and Krishna was still hanging around the Govardhan, about to go home after leaving the Govardhan down. That is when the Surbi cow came and she said, Krishna, please, can you forgive Indra? Now, Krishna, if a cow comes and asks, Krishna cannot say no. He said, that's fine. No big deal. So easy. Can you imagine? Somebody was hell bent on killing you, your friends, your family, your animals, your village, Pura Khandan. They wanted to kill. And just because the cow said, Krishna, can you please? Krishna said, yeah, that's fine. Right? So the Indra said, can I do Abhishek for you, Krishna? Indra said, that's fine too. So then Krishna was made to sit on a throne. And then Indra, the king of gods, right? He wanted to do Abhishekam. So all the Vedas, all the Veda Purushas, all the fantastic celestial Abhisheka ornaments came. And there was Abhishek for Krishna for from all the auspicious rivers, all the auspicious lakes in the universe. And all this was seen by the Gopas hiding behind the rocks, saying that, "Hey, ye kya ho raha hai?" And then when the Devatas left, they came forward saying that, Krishna, we also want to do Abhishek for you. Krishna said, whatever you want. They did what they wanted. Whatever you want, you also do it. So they picked up all these equipment for Abhishek. They also did Abhishek on Krishna. And then the boys came home in the village. Said, "Do you guys know who is Krishna is?" There was this guy who have eyes everywhere. Indra got a curse. He has eyes all over. So that guy came. He was crying through all his eyes, and he was very sorry. So that is Krishna. So we get mesmerized because he hit the mountain. The part we forget is all these universes, all these planets, they're hanging in their place because Krishna, in the expansion of Sheshanag, is holding these whole galaxies in their orbits. If nobody is holding them in orbits, they should collide actually because they're all attracted. They're like magnets. They're supposed to get attracted to each other. It's supposed to collide like anything. The reason it doesn't happen just anytime we see is because Krishna is holding them in their orbits. So now, if Krishna can hold planets in their orbits, what is the big deal if he's holding a mountain for 7 days? It's nothing actually. So by Siddhanta, Siddhanta means factually. Factually, it is nothing. Krishna has is the source, is the originator. He can do anything. It's nothing. But in the Leela, oh, a 7-year-old child picking up a mountain becomes very attractive. And we discuss that. When we discuss that, what is happening, we learned about the holy names. When we are leveraging the holy names of the Lord, our heart is getting cleaned. So by doing Krishna Katha, what is happening? Our hearts are getting cleaned. Now, what happens? You know about the jaundice, right? In jaundice, what happens? Even if, say, for example, if this is a sugarcane juice, if I have jaundice, everything looks yellow, and this sugarcane juice is not sweet. It's not sweet. But I keep drinking. If I keep drinking, my jaundice gets cured. That is the power of sugarcane juice. And now that my jaundice is gone, it starts to taste sweet. So Krishna Katha initially may put you to sleep. Bhagavatam says that. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. When we hear Krishna Katha or spiritual message, all the abhadra, all the inauspicious things in our hearts get destroyed. So usually we are awake because of fear. इसका क्या होगा H1 का क्या होगा economy का क्या होगा मेरे GC का क्या होगा we're worried about so many things so that keeps us awake but in the spiritual class what happens dashta prayeshu abhadreshu whatever is fearful that dissipates we feel very relaxed like a baby we may actually fall asleep. That is the power of a spiritual message. Even if it puts you to sleep, that is because we are feeling like a baby in the womb of a mother. Like that, okay, I feel safe. So that is Krishna. Now, being famous, Krishna, not just Krishna, but God is discussed even in the atheistic circles. People who don't believe in God, most of their life, what are they talking about? They're talking about God only. They're saying God doesn't exist, God doesn't exist, God doesn't exist. God has no time to discuss atheist doesn't exist, atheist doesn't exist. But atheists have all the time in world to talk about what? God does not exist. And they have to spend whole life discussing that. So ultimately God is famous. Even in the atheistic circle. Not only the theistic circles. No, if we believe in God, we're gonna do Krishna Katha. That is okay. We are believing it. Your non-believers are talking about God all the time. So God is famous across the mankind. Now, if you know the existence, this is one planet, this is one Brahmanda. Like that, there are millions of Brahmandas. All these millions of Brahmandas are expansions coming out of one exhalation of Mahavishnu. And this whole physical manifestation is 1/4 of the total existence. 3/4 is the spiritual world. So, in the spiritual world, God is worshipped all the time. People are enjoying with God all the time. In the physical world, few people believe, few people don't believe. But that is 1/4. And if you take a numeric count, we're super minority. People who came away from God, do not believe in God, possibly believe in God, are separated from God, are just like very small number of people are in the jail in Seattle. Say Seattle has a jail. That's not majority, right? But if you are born within jail only, it feels like this is the universe. Everybody's in the jail only. Then say, no, do you know there are people who are free outside, they can go anywhere. What are you talking about? Since I'm born, I see everybody's in their own cages only. Right? That is our situation. To go to India, we need to buy a $2,000 ticket. But if I tell you that people who are spiritually free in their spiritual bodies, they go from one point to another point without buying any tickets. They can just fly wherever, like Narad Muni. He can go across the universe just like that. Just by thinking about going there, he reaches there. हम लोग को सीट बेल्ट लगाओ, then the Ahmedabad flight, so many problems. Why? Because we are in a physical body and we are going through that jail time. Next, renunciation. Yeah, we'll finish the renunciation part. So Sudama story, we know at a very high level, but the little more to that is they are all childhood friends. Sudama is very proud about his renunciation. Can you imagine this? He's a very poor brahmana, and he says, "What? I can deal with poverty. मुझको फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. I'm so I can handle my." So he's renounced, but he has pride about his renunciation and poverty. Krishna does not like pride. So what he does, he gives opulences to remove his pride. So Krishna gave all the gold to Sudama. By doing that, he removed his last remaining part, which is the pride for renunciation, pride for garibi. वो भी निकाल दिया. So Krishna doesn't like pride. So Krishna will remove. If we are proud about poverty, he will give us wealth. What if we are proud about our wealth? Next. Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring but a spark of my splendor. Again, this is Bhagavad Gita 7 chapter 8. So what is saying Arjuna? Arjuna finally says, Krishna, can you tell me about yourself? And what Krishna is saying, all this existence that you know about or do not know about is created by a fragment of my energy. It's just a very small energy. It's like if I'm running a house and a car and all that, and you feel like, wow, uh, बहुत कुछ है आपके पास. But then what if it is only 5% of my wealth? Also, this is small part. बाकी का भी yacht है, casinos है, बहुत कुछ है. Right? So Krishna is saying, this is just a very small part of my this whole creation. So that means everything what we know is also a very small fraction of what Krishna can produce. And whatever we see, this is the beauty. In ISKCON, whatever we see or whatever we say, that has a scriptural connection. There is a shloka, and we learned there are three ways to learn. First way is what? Direct experience. Second is logic. Third is books. Whatever I'm talking is from those books. And what we expect is when somebody teaches you something, do not accept it as it is. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. The three-dimensional check has to happen. Gurus are of three types. One who brings you to spirituality. Second is one who teaches you the spirituality. Third is one who gives you the diksha in the parampara to kind of put you in a proper path to go back to Godhead and accepts your karma so that your karma is not blocked for your own going back. So, Guru, Sadhu, other spiritual personalities, and Shastra, the scriptures which are there in the boxes right now. Combination, when this matches, follow it. If it does not match, you don't have to reject it, but put it in a parking lot. Wait for a validation of all three before you put your life on it. What this will do? It will eliminate some people who are really smart. They read scriptures also, but they come out with their own conclusions. These conclusions are not in the parampara. They are not top down. They are not coming from God. They start to get creative. And they say, maybe it is like this. Maybe Karna was a good guy. Maybe Ravana was a good guy. Right? You get literatures like that in the market because somebody got creative. The way to eliminate that kind of a noise is Guru Sadhu Shastra triangle. Always remember that. Never follow just like that. Okay, next principle. Ishvara and Jiva. What is our relationship? God is the supreme person and all souls are his eternal servants. That is the relationship. Now, word servant may have connotations of different levels, but all we're saying is My hand is supposed to serve my body. As a result, what happens? This body remains intact, the body remains functional. If I'm feeding to my mouth side, the hand says no. Why am I feeding it to the mouth? I want to have it for myself. The hand is only making itself wet, but it's not cooperating with the body. It is not giving it to where it belongs. Then what happens? I get dehydrated because the hand is now not cooperating. And I told you, if I cut my finger and leave it on the table, what value it has? Nothing. But while it is connected, and if it is at risk, doctor says, hey, you have to do this surgery. Huh? Otherwise, you'll have to cut your finger. Okay. How much? 500,000. No problem. Why? Very important. Why? It is connected. So when we are connected and cooperating, we are very valuable. When we are disconnected, we are enjoying the jail time. Why? We have forgotten our basics. And this class is bringing us back to the basics. Next. So, yeah, keep going. Three clicks. There are some material examples of a leader and the followers. And next is a wrong example, but we shall go for that. We have a Biden picture. And I was looking at. Yeah, next row. So, receive eternal happiness. Basically, all the souls are part and parcel of Supreme Lord, and they can only get nourishment and happiness by serving the God. How? In a complete body, every part is also getting nourished because it is connected. Like that, if we stay connected, we get all the nourishment that is required. How do we connect with God? We are going to learn about that, but we already taught you last time. What is it? Chanting. Chanting is our connection to God. Okay, next. Next slide. So you can see the qualities can be in two parts, right? There is one type of crowd, and then there is another type of crowd. And typically, Yudhishthira and Duryodhana are the manifestation of good qualities versus bad qualities. Now, Mahabharata, everything is not black and white. There are gray areas purposely so that it brings up the discussion, right? But you see the difference. The divine and the demonic, it's obvious. We have a very clear choice to make which side we want to be on, and our future is defined by our choices. Just like some point in time, you were in your first grade and you had 50, 60 people in your class. Some of you, like you, are in the USA, but not everybody from that classroom is in the USA. You made some choices, they made some choices, and the life took turns accordingly. It's amazing in the from the same classroom, forget about first grade, go to the 10th grade or even engineering or something. You will see people have chosen very different paths in life. Some of my friends, they did little farming and they retired. I talk to them, I feel envious. अरे यार तो very very low key life, कुछ नहीं है. I did little farming, I retired. So you have choices to make. Your choices will define your destiny. Next, that's the question. Is God light or person? Can somebody tell me? Light. Light वाले हाथ ऊपर करो. All people who think God is a light. One. So God is light and God is personal. The light is the effulgence coming from God. Thank you. So Microsoft, if we say that there is no person behind it, we will not accept. We know there is somebody. Now it is Satya Nadella. Next, wrong example. You click through. No talk. Okay, so if a country or a company operates and there is a person leading that, for this whole existence to run, also there should be a person behind that. And we don't have to guess because we accepted the third way is books. And as per the books, there is a person, and that is God. Okay, next. And again, we'll depend on scriptures for what it is. So, Bhagavad Gita 10.8, next. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with their hearts. What Krishna is saying in 10th chapter? The wise, those who are smart, they'll worship me. Why? What does Krishna get out of it? It's not what Krishna gets out of it. He wants us to get something out of it. What is it? Get out of the jail time. So, if a king visits a jail to see who are the people who are behaving nicely, who can be released, and the jailmates start thinking, I stole a car, I landed here. This guy is also here. He must have done something also, right? So, when Krishna comes to this material world 5,000 years back, he is the king visiting the jail to see kisko bahar nikalna hai. Those who are ready should go back. And people are thinking, हम में से ही है. But he's saying in Bhagavad Gita, loud and clear, I'm not one of you. I'm the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. What Krishna is saying? All spiritual and material. What are material universes? The universes that we know we stay within. There are 14 planetary systems. We start with Brahmaloka, then there is Tapoloka, then there is Swargaloka, there is Bhuloka, then the Sutala, Patala, Talatala, Vitala. There is a whole chart. Okay, when you go for further studies, we'll take you through that. But this is just one universe. Like that, there are millions of universes which are all physical in nature. Krishna is saying, yes, those physical material worlds also come from me. But guess what? Even the spiritual worlds come from me also. And there is unlimited variety in the existence. Right from spiritual, within spiritual world, there is unlimited variety. In material world, there is unlimited variety. And the evidence is we are not all wearing white clothes. We are not all wearing black clothes. We like variety. God also likes variety. He gives us all the choices. Next. And now, one fine night in Washington when there is a storm, there is no electricity, it's cloudy, it is cold, it is dark, feels like hell, correct? Now, Krishna is over saying next, that supreme abode of mind, which is not illuminated by sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Oh, who invented electricity? Faraday's law of electricity. So we think a human invented electricity. In Bhagavad Gita, it is like, yes, electricity. Those who reach it will never come to this world. Why this is so important? The first thing is, then we should think like it is a hellish planet where Krishna is, because there is no sun, no moon, no fire, no electricity. Imagine to be in that situation where you don't have these four. Isn't it a problem? No, it is not. Because in the spiritual world is also eliminated by Krishna's effulgence. There is no need for these four things. In the spiritual body, we are over there. We don't need the heat and cold. We don't need to keep the warm. Every, well, there should be more slides, but every stone is a chintamani. Means you ask and it will give. Every tree is a kalpa vruksha. You sit under that and think aisa hona chahiye. Ta-da, citizenship. Ah, no? So that kalpa vruksha, it can give you whatever you want. And then the cows are kamadhenus. You tell the cow, I want this, and it will give you what you want. So, in a place like that, who needs electricity and this and that? And in a spiritual body, there is no thirst, no hunger required. You will enjoy it, but not required. The difference between Siddhanta and Leela is Siddhanta is factuality. Leela is what you do as a fun. Like you sit with your family, kids, and now you're playing a game, board game. In the board game, you're doing investments, you're losing, winning. Board is over, nothing, right? So Leelas are done for the pleasure, just like we play cricket, we win, lose. So in that, there is no permanent karma involved. It is just exchanges of love, exchanges of affection. That is Leela. Yashoda Maya, she thinks my baby, if I don't feed him, he will die. So 7 days she is feeding Krishna, saying, Krishna, please eat, please eat, please eat. Factually, Krishna doesn't need to eat. He is the source of everything that she is and he is. And the another part is we think I'm in a permanent place only to find out that I am not in a permanent place. For example, how much uncertainty is built into our system. We were born to a mother, we are not with her right now. We are born in a town, we are not in that town anymore. We bought properties in a place, we are not using those properties anymore. We came to the place where now we have bought properties, but we won't live over here. We may go retire in India again. We may go to another place. So there is an impermanence involved everywhere. And when we think, yeah, as a human being, this is impermanent. But say, local county government, they are so stable, they have their office. No, state government decides they can displace the county government. If the central government decides, they can displace the state government. They can override saying that this piece of land, we want it for space research, vacate the UW area. This is a good spot for us to put a binocular for stars. Get out of here. We have to. One may say central government is permanent. No. If another country invades a country, then even the central government is gone. Somebody else comes and does their dance. So it is so much of impermanence involved in our existence. And even if you make everything permanent over here, your body is not permanent. I may not wake up tomorrow morning. So what is the point if I own the whole earth, but I don't own my body? So much of impermanence involved. Now these universes that we're in, they also go through periodic destruction. That means in certain number of years, this universe also gets recycled. And it is at a cyclic devastation at multiple levels. It can be at a Bhuloka, it can be at a Swargaloka, it can be at a Brahmaloka. So the time cycles and the destructions are defined in the scriptures. And then one may say, I like a devata, I'll worship a devata, I'll go to that devata loka. Great, After a certain period of time, even that gets destroyed. Okay, I mean, I'm looking for permanence. Now, the Atma we studied is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means what? Eternal. So, an eternal soul also needs a eternal residence. A Sat Atma cannot be in a Asat situation all the time. That cannot be a happy situation. So, for a Sat Atma, needs to be in a Sat location so that it will not touch by impermanence, and that is the spiritual world, Krishna Loka. And Krishna is saying, because other devatas, their universes their lokas can get destroyed because they are my creation only. Those who reach it never return to this material world. You don't have to worry about finding a new locations once you come back home. Can you imagine we were in such a good place and we came where we are driven by left and right by something impermanence, us all the time. Very painful actually. But we don't realize it is painful. Why? We are busy achieving something in life. We don't realize, wait a minute, I think I can cut a different dimension and I don't need to fight all this. If I live my spiritual life properly, I can just go back to God. I don't need to fight it anymore. I need to only fight through this life. And this life, if I manage my material life and spiritual life properly, I can go back. If I go back, I don't need to go through another birth, another death, another disease, another get old. Are you okay? Yeah, I'll just get. Okay. So this part is very significant. Those who never return to this material world because that takes care of the Sat part of it. Next. So initially Arjuna was so stressed because he had his own ideas of how to live life. मन की करोगे तो monkey बनोगे. कैसे? Because whenever we think we can do whatever, I'll do what I want. What is the problem? Well, then you get the results which are in that direction. And Arjuna, when he thought, I will decide that I don't want to fight this war. I mean, he was a great warrior. There are 640 million people ready to fight for him or against him. The whole thing is lined up. And at that point in time, he's saying, Maza nahi aa raha. I don't want to fight. What will I do? And whole first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you will read. He says, Krishna, let's not fight. I'll go and beg. Are a Kshatriya, who by nature is supposed to be a fighter, now what happens? He goes asking for bhiksha, or dan, not bhiksha, dan, and somebody insults him. He'll again pull out his gandiva, say that you fight with me now. You said no to give dan, you have to fight with me. So Krishna says, this is not your job to go asking for bhiksha. Don't fall for this that I don't be cowardly. Fight. And that is the second chapter where Krishna explains you're not this body, you're Atma. So all that knowledge we are making like a baby food and giving you ahead of time. At this point in time, you are thinking, should I accept this? Should I not accept this? But that conviction that yes, what I'm saying is authentic will come months and years down the line when you have read through the Bhagavad Gita again and again. And then you will say, in 2025, this Gaurang Chandra Das told me, and it was right. Thank you. But for thank you to arise in the heart, it may take decades, sometimes lifetimes also. Gauranga Prabhu from Chaupati, a brahmachari, he used to give classes in the IIT, and there was one boy who would always come just in time when the prasadam serving happens. He'll miss the class and he'll say, "Time ho gaya kya?" Okay, dinner is being served. I'll join in. And prasad is also magical. Even if you miss whole the class, only prasadam, it will do the job. Prasada, Prabhu ke sakshat darshan. It is like a time bomb. कभी कभी फटने में टाइम लगता है. So after years, Gauranga Prabhu is giving class in the USA, and one guy comes and meets with him saying that, hey, do you know, I am that student who always used to come only for the dinner. Now I'm a Hare Krishna, I'm chanting 16 malas. I give up all the habits. So Gauranga Prabhu says, Prasadam may work now, it may work later, but it will do the job. So that is the secret weapon we have, which is Prasada, Prabhu ki Sakshat. So coming back to Arjuna, the Kshatriya, did I explain you the Varna and Ashram system in India? Now I'll clarify the whole system for you. 1:30 we have to stop, so I have to be conscious of how much I want to tell you versus syllabus. Because on 12th I'm flying and next class is possibly the last class. We need to wrap up. So I'll give you a very short version. It will clarify like Hindu 101. Okay. Sanatan forever. So forever में क्या है? There are four varnas and four ashramas. So four varnas. What are four varnas? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Kshudra. Think of it like a risk management. What is by risk management? A Brahmana takes the vow of poverty and says, I'll live a very poor life. Even if I get $1 million in charity, I will use it for the social good. The kings used to collect taxes through Kshatriyas, donate it to Brahmanas. The Brahmanas are not supposed to put a golden belt and put photos on internet about their golden ornaments. They were supposed to use it for the purpose of the society in their village, and because in the village the Brahmana knows whose daughter is up for wedding, whose parents died early, who needs help, whose family is going through trouble. So he's supposed to distribute that wealth. That's the complete system. Because the Brahmana takes a vow of poverty, has so much of faith in God, does not go and find a job, and is happy just trusting God and dan donations, is basically living a life of taking risk on God. That God will protect me, God will feed me, I'm only reporting to God. That is true Brahmana, not by birth, by activity. Next, Kshatriya. You see something, some crime is happening right here. Many will try to hide, but in the crowd, there will be a couple of people who will go and fight. They'll say, no, I have to stop this crime. That is a Kshatriya. They take risk on their life and they'll protect the innocent from the bad things. That Kshatriya mindset is also by activity, not just because you're born, हम लोग Kshatriya hai, and then when there is a war, they're like, chup ke baito. The guy who really is willing to give up his life to do the right thing, that is Kshatriya. Third, Vaishya. Vaishya will take a risk on money. A real Baniya will never go take a job. He will say, I will, I had a friend in my office. She said, my brother, since childhood, his funda is very clear. वो आइसक्रीम का गाड़ी आता है ना बॉम्बे में, उसमें एक छोटा घंटी रहता है, टिंग 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 टिंग, एंड दे सेल द आइसक्रीम. Says, I will sell ice cream like that, but I will not take up a job. So his idea is to take the risk, do the business, whether it goes up or down, but he will run the business. Real, and then they will give charity. They'll give donations they'll give taxes to the king, and they'll give donations to the brahmanas for doing the right thing in the society. So that is real banya. Last, I cannot take risk on God. I cannot take risk on my life. I cannot take risk on money also. I am willing to go and stand in front of someone in the morning and say, sir or ma'am, I will work 8 hours for you. and I will please you and I'll keep you happy. Every day you tell me what to do. That's called as daily scrums. You know, that somebody tells us what to do today. At the end of the day, we say, check, check, check. These many story points achieved. This is velocity. I have completed my job. Are you happy with me? What is my feedback? That is the last service class. The service class will serve the other three because I cannot take risk. I cannot take risk. I have to do a job. I have to do job. That means I'm in the service class. This is the Varna system, not by birth, by activity. Ashrama. What is ashrama? The moment we're born until we say possibly get married, we're supposed to study, right? That is the student life. Then say at the age of 25 or even earlier, when you're ready, we want to get married. So you enter the say, assume that till 25 you study, then 25 to 50, you are the Grihastha Ashrama. Age 50, we are supposed to check out of the Grihastha Ashrama and take the Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means go to jungle. That means check out from the everyday family life and do something that is greater and good for the society. One may say, I don't want to get married. I want to go sannyasa route. So these are the four ashramas. Student, right? Brahmachari. Then there is sannyasa, there is a grahastha, and then there is vanaprastha. So only 25 years we are supposed to make money as per the system. But while making money only for 25 years, we are supposed to do enough charity that we are sustaining other three ashramas. The student ashrama, your children, your family members' children, whoever needs help, offer them help. People who are after 50 in their Vanaprastha ashram, old people, if they need help, help them also. Then these monks or people who are in renounced order of life, they have chosen not to make money. You support them also by doing the charity. So we are supposed to do charity all the time. The grahastha means one who lives in the householder life, family life. Only two things are expected every day. One is host someone, a guest, a tithi. You know what is a tithi? Panchanga mein tithi रहता है. Ah, tithi means by schedule. You know it is coming. A tithi means one who comes without schedule. Knock knock. How's it going? Namaste, please come inside. Please do this. Please eat. Please sleep. Please, be happy. So atithi, hosting people and giving charity are the two primary duties for the householders. Primary, main. Now, coming down to, so I explained the student life, I explained the grihastha life. When there are people, many, majority, who are not living the grihastha life, they are living the grahamedhi life. So grihastha, I explained, grahamedhi is not following any expectations of grihastha ashram. Just I want to have unlimited romantic life. So I'll maximize that. I don't care about parents. I don't care about children. I will just do drugs and parties and find a life partner. And if I don't like a life partner, I'll swap another life partner. I'll keep swapping life partners till I find a partner that I like. That is Graha Medhi life. Means it is not following the Vedic rules. It is just following the lives of a romantic life. That is Graha Medhi. That is the path to hell for sure. So Grahastha life is good because it is part of the Vedic system. Vanaprastha means you check out of your financial responsibilities and you offer yourself for the self realization, means spiritual perfection, and doing greater good for the society. We in ISKCON have figured out another way to do that. We are in Grahastha life, but we are doing what brahmacharis are supposed to do. We are studying spiritual science. We are teaching also. We are giving charity also. So we are doing all the good things in the same go. We're not waiting for the old system to work. We're just saying we'll fire all cylinders. We want this life to be our last life. As simple as that. Any questions on the Varna and Ashram system? Again, as per Bhagavad Gita, it is not by birth, it is by the Guna Karma Vibhaga Shaha, Krishna says. What is Guna and Karma? Guna means qualities. Karma, what activities you're doing. So I get a heart attack, mild heart attack. Doctor says, oh, Gaurang Chandra, now you need to get your heart surgery done. Oh, we are spreading my network to say who is the good heart surgeon in the area. Then Gaurav calls me saying that, Prabhu, this person must be a good heart surgeon because his name is Vaidya. Vaidya? Vaidya means doctor. So he's Vaidya in his family. Must be a good heart surgeon, no? I said, no, no, no. That's not good enough. Okay, then here's another person. His dad is a heart surgeon. Huh, his dad is a heart surgeon, that's a good news. But is he a good surgeon or is a carpenter? That matters. So one should have studied through a good university, come to the medical conclusion of doing the the masters, surgery, everything. So there is a education. And are you performing surgeries last 20 years, 30 years? Or did you check out, went to Himalayas last 50 years? You are coming back and I'm your first surgery. Nahi chalega na. So guna karma vibhagashaha. How you find your heart surgeon is how you should find every professional in your life, not by birth, but by guna karma. Means they have those qualities and they do it day in day out. Next. So I just give you a very short synopsis of what Sanatana Dharma actually is. Which, if all Sanatanis know that this is how it is supposed to work, a lot of confusion will go away that is in the society. Okay, so Arjuna, next. Arjuna was fully confused, and after learning Bhagavad Gita, he was the conqueror. Next. One can become free from all sufferings, ultimately attain the spiritual world. So one thing is guaranteed: if you take up spiritual path, we'll go back to the spiritual world. On the way back, some of our old suffering may give us some trouble on the way, but it is on the diminishing side because we have taken the spiritual route. So it will be on the diminishing side. That means if I'm in my spiritual life, somebody comes and threatens me, hey, I'll kill you. And I'm like, hey, I'm studying Bhagavad Gita, I'm chanting, I'm doing this, doing that. Why this person is giving me such a threat? Well, maybe I killed him last life. And he's only giving a threat, diluted reaction of what I have done. So that's how it is. Next. Can I get a volunteer to read this part loudly?
Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme martyr, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is it.
So, end conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is what? 18.78, the last shloka. Wherever there is Krishna, so Krishna should be present in our life through chanting, and the master of all mystics. And wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, that means we need to be good professional also. We can't be hanky panky. Arjuna, as a student, he did day and night practice for his archery. He was not like morning half an hour किया अभी थोड़ा play date करते हैं थोड़ा खेल के आते थोड़ा सिनेमा देख के आते नहीं you know there will also be certainly opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. And who is saying that? Sanjaya, after listening to the whole Bhagavad Gita first hand. उसको दूरदृष्टि मिला था ना through व्यासदेव का कृपा. So that is the beauty. So next. Pandavas were minority and they still did win. Why? Because keep going. They followed the life of Dharma and the father of Dharma was on their side. And even the Kurukshetra is a very religious place. So, in a religious place, in presence of Krishna, basically they were able to win because they were doing it under the direct guidance of Krishna. They were ready to check out and say, Nahi chahiye, we don't need this killing. Krishna said, Khelo, fir bhi khelo. Fight. Next. Dharma of the soul. So, me as an Atma, what is Dharma? So, in this world, right, everything being rendered service, we are always serving something or someone. Like you see a very old person carrying a puppy, and the puppy is dragging left and right, and she's like, then the puppy will do beach mein pooch upar karke, plop, and then they pull the gloves nicely, उठा उसको. Now they are looking left, right. इसको कहाँ पे छोड़ सकते हैं? Or they cannot see anything. Like where to drop off, tie the knot, and carry it like a very precious material with their puppy again. Service. Service must. Even billionaires in New York, where thousands of people are reporting to them in office, they do one layoff, the news is in the newspaper, 2,000 people laid off. But what are they doing in the morning? Again, they are taking their Doberman, same business. The dog does the plop, they're like precious material, again carrying service. So our nature is to serve. The only question is, whom do we serve? Correct? Like a mother is serving, a teacher is serving, doctors are serving, everyone is serving. But again, it is time bound. Because we are in a time bound body, our services are also time bound. Next. Again, we love someone for sure, and that is also time bound. Next. It becomes temporary. But our relationship with God is eternal. In our spiritual body, we are eternal. God is eternal. Our relationship is eternal. We have just forgotten that eternal relationship. So, what we are doing? We are trying to become God by creating our own universe, our own family, our own Brahmanda, trying to create our own ecosystem, failing again and again. So we have tendency to serve. So we should find out the right place to serve, right person to serve, so that the relationship is not like broken hearts, divorces, disillusionment, cheating. All that can be bypassed if we are focused on real person to like and love and get the reciprocation. Dharma of the this room next. Sugar. So can I give you a sugar which is not sweet? You'll still call it a sugar? Or can I give you a salt that is not salty? You'll still call it salty? No, not possible, right? So next. Ice. If it is cold and hard, it is ice. If not, it is not ice. And liquid means it is liquid. So there's a ghazal, right? सच घटे या बढ़े सच न रहे झूठ की कोई इम्तहान नहीं. So it has to be exactly like that. Dharma means that our eternal nature that does not change. The dharma of sugar is to be sweet. Next. So what is the nature of the soul? That means a soul which is Satchit Ananda also has a nature, and that nature is always to serve, serve, and serve. And that's what we see in the human society, that people who are, say, LGBTQ plus plus, if they go in some Middle East place, they'll get killed only for being LGBTQ, are risking their life, ready to go to jail, saying that we want this to happen, we want that to happen in Gaza. So that mood of service is nature of the soul. I want to serve something. I want to serve someone. Whether I understand what I'm doing or not, that is a different thing. But the mood is to serve something. But because we are wasting our very valuable human life in serving someone or something that is not worthy of being served, we're absolutely wasting our time. So we need to learn this budget, human life, is given to us for what project? Next, to serve God with unconditional love. What is conditional love? If you do this, I'll do that. If I do that, you'll do this. That is a reciprocation that we look for, is basically conditional love. So even with God, some people may love God, but conditionally. Like what? Balaji, I will give you one diamond, you give me 1,000 diamonds. Right? So we can always say that God, I'll do relationship with you, but that will also be conditional. What are the scriptures asking? What is God asking? Give me your unconditional love. Why? Because when He reciprocates, that unconditional love coming back is something we cannot fathom, we cannot handle it. So much of happiness. Next. That eternal love and service to God is called as Sanatan Dharma. So our eternal relationship with God, our eternal service with God, and that continuous exchange. And what does that buy us? Like you have to ask this question: what is in it for me? I'm right now okay. I'm happy right now. I'm not so sad. Why should I serve God? Well, dukkhalayam ashashvatam. What is this place of misery? And if you say, I'm okay today, tomorrow is not guaranteed. Anything can happen, right? So that is why we need to learn like a wise person. We are not in a permanent place. We are not in a permanent body. We are not in the eternal relationships. No matter how much we carry our relationships in our life, these are temporary relationships, just like the logs coming together in a river and they're separating, clouds coming together and they're separating. We are going to separate with people. So when it comes to friends are saying, okay, let's go to mountains. And then there is a DYS class or a Bhagavad Gita class. A person who has learned this will say, you guys go to mountains, I'm going to the class. Right? Or say, even if you go to mountains, you'll still carry your chanting mala something. You are with your friends, but in your heart, always like Krishna's name is going on. So you can always be with God, irrespective of where you are. That's the beauty of the spiritual path. You can follow it in every situation because what matters is मेरे दिल में आज क्या है तू कहे तो मैं बता दूं. So if all time God's name is in our heart, कोई कुछ भी पूछेगा, we see blue sky, we say, wow, Krishna is blue, sky is blue. We see sunrise, we see sunset. It is so beautiful. अरे तुम्हें देख कर जग वाले पर यकीन ही क्यों कर होगा जिसकी रचना इतनी सुंदर वो कितना सुंदर होगा. So what you are doing is no matter what scenario you are watching, you are seeing God's hand in it. That is how you are always connected. If you are connected, you are unlimitedly valuable. There is a reciprocation going on. There is a personal attention. You are safe. 911 will save you in America, possibly. But God's name will save you across the earth in every situation, with mobile phone or without mobile phone. Amazing. Next. But we forget amnesia, right? Biden, he kept forgetting what he was doing. He will give a speech and they're like, how do I get down now? Right? That is the situation of the guy who has a nuclear button on his hand. Forgets. Like that, we have forgotten who God is. And then what happens? Somebody knocks and says that there is a class going on. DYS, do you want to come? That's a awakening again, where God comes and does his leelas to remind us of his existence, his eternal world, a promise to go back and how we are going to be happy. He gives a small glimpse through his leelas. That's what happened 5,000 years back. That's what happened when Lord Ram came. That's what happened in the Satya Yuga. Time and again, Lord will come or send his prophets or preshits or, people who bring that message back to us saying that you don't really belong here. Like the eagles going around with the chickens, and another eagle comes and says, do you know you can fly? You can fly 5 miles high. Let me show you. You have the strength. Just try it. Like that, we're saying, just chant Hare Krishna and see what happens. Why? Because the kind of progress a soul can make on a human life is unfathomable. How much we suppress it ourselves is also unfathomable. Next. Next. Yeah. Again, we are centered towards our family. Keep clicking. Family, money, work, position, pleasure, pet. And pets is the biggest because people love pets so much. It's like a family member, and it is in your bedroom, it is in your kitchen, it's on your dining table, and it is licking your face all the time. And the dog is saying, "You are so yummy. I'll eat you one day." And you're like, "God, this dog loves me." But if they are not well trained, and if they are not, well, all the immunized, it becomes a source of big danger actually. Next. And this is the last part. And we have only 5 minutes to cover it. Can I get a volunteer to read this loudly?
I am a tiny jiva, not the ultimate God, but a tiny part and parcel servant to the Lord.
Okay, next. Somebody else. Take turns.
Leading Lord's company, forced to be born in pain, in the world filled with agony again and again.
Next.
Krishna is my Lord, the source of all existence. His form is imperishable, full of six opulence.
Whether you are serious or not, Krishna took it seriously. Huh? Like I told you the Lord Ram story. Okay?
He pays a visit to this world out of his own sweet will to please and protect his enemies and punish the evil.
I am only Christ, Parabrahma. My power is limited. His potencies are unlimited.
So pause here. Brahman it is, not Brahman. And Brahman means I am a spiritual existence. I am not a material existence. But I am the Amsha, I am the small part and particle, and Krishna is unlimited. Okay, next. One more person. Keep reading. Yeah. Okay, next.
I can invent a overnight, but God creates midnight. We make ordinary thoughts, but the Lord made us. God is actual doer. I'm just an imitator. God is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient.
So we'll pause there. What is omnipresent? Awesome. Omnipotent has all the powers. Yeah, it's all the powers, right? Omniscient knows everything. So if Lord is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient, and if I am suffering, he may not be all loving person. Huh? Do you see the logic? God is present everywhere, has all the power, and knows everything. Still, I am suffering, I am part and parcel of God. Like my child, I'm present there. I have the power to protect my child. And I know the child is going to touch the electricity now and is going to get in trouble. And, or it is getting an electric shock, and I'm like, right, I'm not saving the child. That our relationship with God is like a child. God has all the power, present everywhere, all the power, all the knowledge. And we are, if we are suffering, does that break something? Like, why God is not helping me? Do you see that? That is called as law of karma that we are going to learn. That will be the session. Okay, next. Okay, keep reading. I need more volunteers. Who did not read?
Who deserves everyone's love and humble service. I am a tiny jiva cast in oceanic material world.
Lord is the greatest of all. Let us accept this fact at heart. We are his tiny servants. Let's realize and serve him.
So pause here. Previous. So this was a fruit seller in Vrindavan 5,000 years back. And she was just selling the fruits, going everywhere. She came to Krishna's house. And baby Krishna, those were not the days of rupees and all that, right? So Krishna said, so I want your fruits. So she said, and what Krishna got from the house was muthibar grains. Because in baby Krishna, baby, thoda sa grains. बोलते ये grains ले लो मेरे को fruits दे दो. Give me fruits. And that lady says, Krishna, I will give you fruits for free. What these grains are? You sit on my lap and call me Maya once. Maya means mother. So Krishna looked left, Krishna looked right. He jumped on her lap and said that, oh Maya, and then jumped back again and said that fruits are the give me the fruits now. And she was so happy, she gave all the fruits. And she picked up the empty tokri and she started walking back, but the tokri was not light anymore. It was filled with gems and jewelry. And she could not care as a simple village lady with a basket full of extremely precious stones. She couldn't care less about those stones because she had found Krishna. And she went on singing nice songs of Krishna. Govinda Madhaveti. What do you remember? So, a beautiful song of Krishna. She kept singing and walking around the banks of a river, Yamuna, and out of happiness, she left her life. She died out of happiness, went back straight to the spiritual world just by getting Krishna for a few seconds. That is the beauty of seeing Krishna face to face. So that is the mantra. Can we say it loudly together? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One thing you'll notice is Hare Krishnas are always happy and they don't know why they're happy. They're just happy. Happy crowd. On say December 31st or something, I used to stand on the ISKCON temple's welcome desk. And so that time you see people who come to temple once a year. And you see lots of depressed faces actually. One can tell they don't come to temple regularly because they're depressed. And the best way to not be depressed is to come and recharge again and again in the temple. Recharge your happiness. So we have right now temple in Sammamish, we have temple in Bellevue, we have temple coming up in Linwood, and maybe one more coming up. And you can make your home a temple, and we have methods to do that today. Okay, so this mantra we can chant every day, and that is how we can be ever connected to Krishna. And I'm not saying that's the end of your questions. We're just telling you what Bhagavad Gita is telling you. You should have by now 1 million questions. But that is why the classes continue in the next room. They continue telling you about answering any questions, making sure we have the right conviction, we have the right do's and don'ts, we balance our spiritual life and material life, and we be successful in this life and next life also. That is why we have these classes. So please make sure you sign up to the next class so that we will continue to train you up. Okay, next. Now, ISKCON is a global organization, started only 50 years back, and it is growing, and it's growing without any country supporting it. It is growing without any billionaire supporting it, right? There is maybe one or two, but it's just people's movement. People who find happiness, they want to give it to the next levels and next levels and next levels. Like 20 years back, I didn't know this, and 20 years later, you could be running your own classes and writing books and doing what. So it's totally up to you with the most valuable thing that we have received and how much time and energy we have put into just making sure we get food rest of our life. We studied 20 years just to get food for life. But this knowledge, which we learned only in few hours, can take care of eternal happiness, eternal sustenance. We don't need to worry about anything. That is the power of knowing Krishna. We don't expect you to just follow everything as it is, but just follow the process. The process is read a little Bhagavad Gita, chant a little bit, eat good vegetarian prasadam, and see what happens in your life. Rest is let it happen. Is it fair? So, summary, Prabhu, do you want to share? This is in short. So now we'll take reflections and we'll see what you remember out of what we discussed. Prabhu, can you stop sharing? And I will turn the camera. So people on the Zoom, Nilanjana, can you go first and tell us what did you learn today? Oh, that's you. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. I was a little unwell today, so I couldn't come in person.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You know, this story that you told today about that has struck me the most about Krishna lifting up the Govardhan, and that being the time when the Gopas would think that. It's such a beautiful time because they get to see Krishna constantly. And then you mentioned about how this dropping of our eyelids is also the minuscule time that they would miss seeing Krishna. So I was just thinking about the Banke Bihari Mandir where they have a jhanki. So they show you the idol for some time and then they close it because there is apparently a saying that if you look too deep into Krishna's eyes, you might just get assimilated with Krishna. So probably this mechanism is to prevent us from, getting assimilated in that sense. I mean, we have to continue in this world. So it really struck me immensely that the amount of bhakti that has simply been, I mean, this country has always had. And otherwise, of course, a wonderful session to learn about several aspects and how to keep converting your life and your house more into a temple. So, yeah, that is it.
Very nice. And the party just starting, right? There is more pleasure coming. You want to speak? Yeah, we'll let her finish first. Do you want to add something else, Nilanjana?
Thank you. I'm done.
You're good? Okay, I'm going to the room now. Okay. Yes.
So the basic thing about Lord that we keep talking is that He's a light. He brings the power and He brings the divine energy within us.
Mhm.
That's what it is all about in Sanatan Dharma, written in Bhagavad Gita,
Mhm.
and that's what we learn, that we are not perfect, but we are perfectly perfect to have the spiritual intake in our body, in our mind, and in our power to what we are doing, and that's what it is. What Lord Krishna has given to each one of us as well.
Yes. So today we are going to distribute Bhagavad Gita so that you can validate what I told you is correct or what you have heard is correct. Thank you. Say your name again. Say your name again. Poonam. Yes. Thank you, Poonam.
Hi everyone. One. Yeah, for me, today's reflections where yeah, we should be happily loving the Lord. He will definitely like take care of us, and yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rohan.
Hare Krishna, Akshay. I think for me, it's always the stories which are like very heart touching. So, like how everybody would be mesmerized, and like the last story also you told. So, uh, yeah, I think that is what I take away the most, and like, yeah, and rest is a process, like you said. So, thank you. Sir.
So typically this session, which is explaining Leelas of Krishna, you can see on my YouTube channel previous batches. This class runs for 3-4 sessions, every time 2 hours, and we have to still stop it somewhere
Mm.
because there is unlimited. You can discuss Krishna forever.
Yeah.
It does not get over.
My husband is waiting.
Oh,
We have an appointment, so we have to try.
can we? You heard a Bhagavad Gita, please?
Hey, my name is Sachin. In my reflection, and just in simple words, is like I think I found the eternal love, or maybe the way where I'll get the eternal love or the real love.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. So Poonam Mataji getting a Bhagavad Gita. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Yes, sir. What did you learn today? Your name?
My name is Sai. Actually, while listening to your words, I've been linking my life and my situations that are happening in my life to your words. One thing that I kind of love, like, or relate is like eternal love and submit yourself to God and always, yeah, don't be selfish. Just pray to God. Everything will, everything is planned, and well, everything will be all right. Yeah.
Very nice. And our teaching is actually be selfish. But I'll explain how. Part of being selfish is to first learn what is self. I'm not this body, I'm Atma. Then, at a soul level, what is real happiness? What is eternal happiness? Go grab that because that is real, not temporary. So, in that sense, we want everybody to become very selfish. Actually. We want to be so selfish that externally people say, Arey, ye kya banda hai? He has given up on his friends, he has given up on this and that. Because actually, he's not being selfless, he's being selfish. Thank you.
I am Abhinav. I also really like the different leelas that you were mentioning, Vijay. For example, the Govardhan, lifting of the Govardhan hill, and how like the different qualities, how Krishna is all powerful and all wealthy, all beautiful. So that was a main takeaway. I really enjoyed that part.
Thank you. Then you will enjoy more sessions on the channel that I sent. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, yeah, I'm Neha. So I really enjoyed all the stories on Krishna.
Mhm.
I always do. And I really liked your analogy when you said that we are serving jail time. Yeah. So, and also, like, after few sessions in this course, I've started thinking differently. Yeah. And I've started thinking myself as a soul rather than a person itself. Yeah. So today's class was really great. Yeah. Everything about it.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Drashti. I really liked the whole session. Every time I hear or watch anything related to Krishna Leelas. I really find happiness, and I was actually remembering my time when I was in India. We used to have weekly sabhas where we used to have like lectures on Krishna, have bhajan kirtan, and it really like brought me back to that time. And in the end, it's everything about making the connection stronger with God every day by following the right practices.
Very nice. So, Drashti, what is the meaning of your name?
I said,
Yeah. Drashti, vision, right? So, what we are offering is a spiritual vision, basically. Not body, but soul. Thank you, Drashti.
Hare Krishna. I'm Bodhi. Specifically, something that really struck me was the analogy of the fact that we're in an illusion that everything around us is the reality. However, like we said about jail time, however, we have to keep reminding ourselves with the correct association and the correct knowledge that we're actually part and parcel of Krishna, and the right way to define the purpose of this particular life that we have is to remind us of the qualities of service towards God, through which we can actually serve the people around us and the entities that we are around. However, the main purpose is to serve God and remember that we are actually a part of that supreme being, which will help us gain immense power, I think, in all kind of circumstances. So that is what my reflection is.
Very nice. Thank you, Bodhi. So, now we'll do the gift ceremony. Again, we have session next week, okay? Don't get too settled. Right? So, just 1 second. Yeah, we'll get the gifts out. Prabhu, let's start with the Bhagavad Gita. I'll get somebody to hand over the gifts to you.
Thank you.
So, oh, you're the photographer. Video is on, everything is on. You just have to continue. Prabhu, Ustream is on, right? Yes, okay. So, you just record the ceremony for a few minutes. Thoda piche jaake bas cover everything. This is Vrajapurva Prabhu. He is our Vice Chancellor of University, Vedic University. He is a IITN, he's a gold medalist, and he's also a very senior director in a cloud company.
Jai.
I have yet to see a very humble, demeanor person like him, who is overachieving, but he'll be very calm to earth. You will not notice him unless I call out, and he's very shy also. But spiritually, he is studied Bhagavad Gita, he has studied Srimad Bhagavatam, those big book sets, and he's gone to study next levels while conducting so many classes, running his family life, taking care of two gorgeous daughters, studying, serving in the temple. He's always there, and he's the initiator of this whole program. He started from the scratch. There was not one person, one student in the UW, and he brought all those things together, what we see over here. And he's your next teacher. After this series gets over, I'm flying to India. I'm handing off to him, and I feel very happy that you are in right hands. Raja Krupa Prabhu ki
Jai.
So we'll start by distributing Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhu, please record. Give Bhagavad Gita first.
First of all, you are very fortunate to be taught by Govindan Prabhu. He's the most expert in the Sri Lady to teach the course that you have been discovered. He's my dear friend and the mentor also.
I forgot. And we are all basically, Raja Gopal is working under His Grace Kanai Thakur Prabhu, the brahmachari who came, you may not know, you will see in future. And Kanai Thakur Prabhu is reporting to Radhesham Prabhu. Radhesham Prabhu is like the IIT gold medalist miracle that happened to the mankind, that person. He will come next year. hopefully, and we will get to meet with him also. So we are in very safe hands, spiritually speaking, right? Where the rest, as you see, after that it is all saffron parampara. Locally, we are governed by Harivilas Maharaj, who has given last 50, 60 years of his life to set up this area for Hare Krishna education. So we are very fortunate. We want more people to be fortunate, and journey is ours together. We are all like in a checkered and we're trying to hold hands and get together. It's not like I know better than you. It's just we all will run together. Hare Krishna. So we'll distribute first Bhagavad Gita's. Who better than somebody who is a Bhakti Shastri and a Bhakti Vaibhav? Please, Prabhu. Yeah. Announce your first names when Prabhu is giving them. Loudly, it's being recorded. Next. You want? Come for don't. Rohan. So you get another set. What? We got for everyone? Okay. Okay. Then we have malas also. We learned about the sublime chanting. So Prabhuji will also hand off malas to you now, Prabhu. And you can come and choose your own. You can take it because I gifted to Radhaninda Madhav. So that way it's coming from Radhaninda Madhav. Yes. Please take malas and you can make your own color. But take each of you can. Yeah, come and receive. Bhagavatam, right? Yeah. Yeah, while you're sorting it out, who said I want Bhagavatam? Come.
Wow.
Bhagavatam receiver.
My wife, for her, she is the one who has asked for it.
Jai Haribol.
Bhagavatam gift for Prabhu and Mataji. We have a trolley to help you to the car. Okay?
Yeah.
This was just a show and tell. For everyone, you can see these beautiful books. 18,000 shlokas. Right? You can have it for yourself for free. If you raise your hand and say, I want it, next class I'll get it to you. Only $300, only free, no cost, no obligation. Raise your hand if you want it now. And go, you have it. Yeah, please, each of you can come and collect your beads. I hope you all work out nicely about the importance of this. And pick a color channel if you want. I can speak. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Please come. Haribo.
I'm not like one. I'm starting very new. You have to guide me like what's what right.
That's the next class about.
Okay. Okay.
We will cover it fully.
Okay, I do justice with this.
The book will do justice to you. You don't have to worry about it.
Right.
You don't need to read anything.
Right.
Yeah. But you don't speak it. Very well. So please come forward. Please take your malas and please take your bags.
Okay.
And these malas, just to clarify, we are not supposed to give it directly. We are supposed to buy it, or when you get initiated, your Guru Maharaj gives you. Correct? One of the two options. Here we are saying we gifted it to Radha Nilamada. Now the temple is giving it to you. Voluntarily, we'll give you a PayPal or something. You can drop even 1 cent for this into the temple. Makes the cycle complete for buying the mala for now. Because when you receive it, that is your Diksha Guru, which is future, right? Yeah, please come. Yeah. And these are neem malas. There is Tulsi mala, which you get finally. These are neem malas. They are very nice to start your chanting with. Shall I show you how?
I already have one.
Yeah, if you have it, right? This is Krishna. 108 beads are reflecting gopis. They are also reflecting Upanishads. Start at the first one and say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One bead, one mantra. Keep going like that. Finally, you come to the point. In 7 minutes, we came to that last time. Fine. Reach over here, take a U-turn. Last time I told my friend take a U-turn. What did he do? He started going reverse like this. Okay, so don't do that.
Sorry, how the U-turn is?
Oh, you just turn around. Don't jump over the money.
Okay.
Just turn around.
Just go back and
Just U-turn. No reverse. Yeah, please come and take it. All yours.
so how many each of you are planning to charge?
Yeah.
How many couples?
When
It
is the
takes about 7-8 minutes. So
And
so 60.
both.
Like no. For one complete round.
one mala is 108, 7 minutes it takes. But you don't have to do 108 also. You say, I'll do for 2 minutes, I'll do for 1 minute. Yeah, so start somewhere, define your minimum for the day and go.
No, but like how much approx it takes like for 108 to 60?
Oh, that is 2 hours. Some people take less.
1.5 to 2 hours.
But you don't have to worry about that.
Don't worry about it. Just start to get
Started somewhere. It should be natural. You don't run into the online day one. Right? Okay, please come forward. Help yourself nicely. Alright.
This is the practice for like how that you learn so far is theory. I think where actual skills. Now have take some time to do it. That will really change your mind. The theory and practice both are equally important.
I have one mala.
You have to go, but you take one more.
What others can take. Well, I actually tried to do without it. So I tried to do without that. You just make it more systematic. You can have it, whenever you are ready, you can take it. Whenever you are ready, you can start.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's nice and right. One in the car, one in the bedroom, one.
I have actually two machines. That's right. Yeah.
You can gift it. Yes. Everybody got it? Who wanted it?
Yeah. Can take. I think it gets it. Right?
Yes.
You
So
didn't
you can
get.
take it.
No, I mean, I got this. But I can happily trade Bhagavad Gita.
No, you get Bhagavad Gita also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Nana, you don't understand the biblical power of having an actual book. What, we read short or what?
You can take this.
But we have one more. Yeah, both we speak.
Not an issue.
Take both these, and we'll bring more. We just thought,
Last class was very less people. So Prabhuji,
yeah, we still brought double of that.
what's the difference between Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Gita?
Bhagavad Gita is the law book, and this is the law journal. So Bhagavad Gita will tell you, if you do this, this will happen.
Mhm.
This book tells X person did it and what happened.
Thank you.
This is an example with a lot of examples. The same principles.
Now, we have Shaligram at home, so we got the Abhishekam from Shaligram for all of you.
And we can start with this. Like this is the first step.
Yeah. The-
Thank you.
I hope it is.
I'll take intro.
No, this is not for everyone. So you are here lucky. This is not enough for everyone. Maybe next time I should bring it again. Or you can take both.
So your journey has just started. Device is the beginning. Next we need to go a little deeper. Right? So next week onwards we have a class. Just come here in this place only. So we have philosophical, more depth in philosophy study. This might be in France.
What does that, how do you do that? Like, is it like stroke by stroke?
We're not starting Bhagavad Gita directly.
Okay. After this
also.
also.
Go deep, deep in philosophy.
No.
Everyone got it. So we have another senior guy.
Bas kya bro? Or you want to record there also?
No, I think we're good for now. So, what did we not distribute? But that's okay. Few things we can distribute off the camera.
Thank you.
Prabhu, can we stop this?